Good evening, Warrior fans. Welcome to Cedar Hill, Texas. We are at Trinity Leadership School in Cedar Hill, Texas, the site of the TCal 1A State Boys basketball game. And we have a good one for you as the Annapolis Christian Warriors, 20-13, taking on the 20-9, Smoking for Jesus Eagles, and that's right, that is their name, Smoking for Jesus. The comes from just being on fire for Jesus. So you'll notice that they are wearing special uniforms, as they have a really interesting history, as they are actually from New Orleans, and with Hurricane Katrina, they left kind of last minute and ended up in Burnett, Texas, as they have a little community up there and have a ministry there, church and a whole school and community. And they are just a really great group of guys, great coaching staff just to be a part of. And again, this is the beauty of being a part of a Christian athletic league. We get to be a part of very unique and diverse ministries, and it helps kind of broaden our worldview too. So this is going to be a great game, and you can hear the winner of the 2A game celebrating, as all day TCal has been crowning state champions. And so this is the last game of the day, and I think it was purposely that way, because this game is, if it's played out any way like it has been before, this game is going to be a doozy. This will be the fourth time Annapolis has played the Eagles. The first time the Eagles came down to Corpus Christi and Annapolis won by 7. Annapolis traveled up to their home gym, lost by 7, and then they met a week ago in the regional finals, and the Eagles won by 1 point, with Brendan Leifer making 2 incredible three-pointers to bring his team back, and Annapolis had the ball and could not get a shot off, and that still lingers and stings as Annapolis is looking to have the final say here in the state championship. So if this game plays out like it has in the past, this will come down to the wire. Quick injury update. If you were watching yesterday, you know number 5, Joshua Cavazos, took a shot to his forehead, point that he was bleeding pretty profusely. He ended up getting that wound just cut above his eyebrow. It's glued. He is bandaged up, and he is playing tonight, so he is definitely warrioring up, as he has a bit of a swollen eye and a glued eyebrow, but he's not going to miss this game. Annapolis had to slay the Dragon of Still Creek yesterday, as to say that game was physical would be an understatement, as they really had to battle to win that game to get here. And that was on their to-do list, as last year Still Creek was the team that beat them out and ended up winning the state championship. So one Dragon slayed. Second one is defeating the Eagles, the Smoking for Jesus Eagles. And like I said, if this game plays out as it has in the past, it will be back and forth and go down to the very wire. Smoking for Jesus and Annapolis have a unique bond, as they battle as competitors on the court. Off the court, though, they hang out together, as when the Eagles came down to Corpus Christi after the game, they all hung out at Wallbangers, and then when Annapolis heads up their way, several of their family members have a restaurant in Marble Falls called the Real New Orleans Style Restaurant, and they hang out together, and we have some Cajun food together. So brothers off the court, but competitors definitely on. Annapolis led by They're juniors. Number 4, Brendan Leifer, and 00, Caleb Riojas. And the Eagles led by 2 very dynamic players. Number 4, Marvin Gillespie, and number 30, Isaac Legier. Both Marvin and Isaac averaging over 20 points a game, and they are the key to their success. They are very dynamic, very quick, very explosive with the ball, and it'll be essential for Annapolis to stop that dribble penetration. The other thing that Annapolis will have to really be careful of is turning the ball over, as the Eagles will put a ton of pressure on the ball, full court press, and that's one of the issues last time, is Annapolis ended up with quite a few turnovers. And the last thing is free throws, as Annapolis shot under 50% when they met last, and they are definitely looking to improve that percentage. 30 seconds away from the 1A TCAL State Championship game, Annapolis Christian Academy versus the Smoking for Jesus Eagles. And hang on, this is going to be a great game. So I'll have the banner and the prayer, and then we'll get the game started. National anthem's done, prayer done, and all that's left is playing 4 quarters of basketball. Annapolis starting 5 will be 00, Caleb Riojas, he's a junior. 4, Brendan Leifer, he's a junior. 3, Liam Harms, a sophomore. 5, Joshua Cavasso, sophomore. And 23, Brian Lerma, a junior. As not going to get started quite yet, as the officials waving them back to the bench, and they're going to do starting lineups. So starting lineups will continue, and as Annapolis has their starting lineup announced, today is actually Mrs. Leifer's birthday. So she is, as she normally would be, in a gym, but she is doing the scoreboard where, like I said, she normally is, but hoping to celebrate a state championship with their birthday. As I mentioned, the Smoking for Jesus Ministries came out of New Orleans, and their uniform is reflecting that. You can see they have the city of New Orleans on the back, established 2004. They have Mount Up on their shorts, coming from the verse in Isaiah about those who mount up on wings like eagles. And there's their mascot, the Eagles. So they've been able to find a home here in Texas, and both opponents, as I mentioned before, are very familiar with each other. And it seems every time we play them, it comes down to the very end. Both teams have kind of been on a collision course all year. They've been the two best teams in 1A. And this is kind of what everyone was expecting the state championship to look like. Annapolis had a tough road, particularly last night. As I mentioned, having to slay the Dragon of Still Creek. And now one last team to take care of for a state championship. This will be, they went back-to-back, and then last year lost in the semifinals, and now looking to bring the trophy back to Corpus. So tip won by the Eagles, number 30, Isaac Legier with the ball. Like I said, with the ball, he's a pretty dynamic leading scorer on the team. And Annapolis, and back to number 4, their other top scorer, and 30 is going to take a 3, and that's good. Annapolis' first possession, as the Eagles are going to slide back into a zone. Brendan Leifer's going to ball fake. Over to Josh Cavazos, and Brendan's going to reset the offense. Eagles are going to try to keep this fast-paced. Annapolis is going to stay pretty disciplined, and Caleb Riojas got loose in the center. Couldn't quite corral the ball cleanly. Gets a shot up, but it doesn't fall. Over the corner, and we've got a travel as Josh Cavazos closed in on number 2 pretty fast, and 2 slid his feet. So after the turnover, Annapolis with the ball. Eagles up 3-0. And again, a contrast of styles as Annapolis is going to try to be very disciplined, very crisp with their passing. The Eagles are going to try to play fast, use their dribble drive, and attack the basket that way. And they want to get up and down the court pretty fast. So Brendan's going to find some space, kick out to Brian Lerma, over to Caleb Riojas, and Caleb surveys the defense and then hands it over to Brendan. So now Brendan's going to drive baseline, gets stuck, pulls up jumper, and it's short. Number 4, Marvin Gillespie with the ball. And now he's going to set up the offense. Typically the Eagles run a man-to-man, so they've switched up their defense, which I can tell Annapolis is having a little bit of trouble. Deep three-pointer, and that's good. Number 15 with a deep three-pointer, and that's back-to-back threes now for the Eagles. So the Warriors need to get organized, kind of trying to figure out the defense they're running. It's a little bit of a matchup zone, a little sagging zone. Josh Cavasso's open for 3. It's short, and another rebound by number 4, and here they come. And he's going to pull back and slow the game down and reset their offense. Brendan's going to put a lot of pressure on 15. He turns the corner, comes flying through, and Liam reaches out and makes contact, and that'll be a foul. So number 15 shooting 2 after the foul. Annapolis down 6-0. And the first one's good. These teams are very familiar with each other, so there is a bit of a chess match going on initially as both coaches trying to throw some new wrinkles at each other. Second one is long. Josh Cavassos corrals that rebound off to Caleb, and they're going to put a lot of pressure on Caleb. He's going to throw that ball away with that pressure, so that pressure can get to the Warriors. It did affect them last week when they played, so they need to just settle down and take care of the ball. Number 4, Gillespie with the ball, over to 30 with the screen. 30 is just going to come walking through there and lowers his shoulder and cradled the ball and just took an extra step as he tried to split the defense. 7-0, about halfway through the first quarter, as Annapolis trying to get their offense going here. There is a lot of space here, and Annapolis just a little tentative on what to do with this new look. Brendan's going to drive, go through, and 0 wrapped around, and 1 hits. It's kind of hard to tell. I think his number is 0. The font on their uniform is a little unique, so number 0 with the foul. Over to Caleb in the corner. He's going to take the 3. That's short. Liam with the rebound. He gets blocked from behind, and 4 with the rebound and gets tied up. And so blue ball, white got the tip, so this jump ball will go to Annapolis. Looking for something inside. He's going to go over the top to Brian Lerma. Brendan thought about a drive. He's going to got the guy in the air. He's going to need some help now, and the ball's stolen. There's the fast break. Isaac coming in. Legier coming in hard. Lost the ball on the way up. Caleb looked like a clean block, but the referee disagreed, and that'll be a foul on Caleb. And number 30 will be shooting 2. So number 30 and number 4 really dynamic with the ball, particularly in transition. Will attack the basket pretty hard, and Caleb's going to make him earn it from the free throw line. And the first one's good. 8-0. So far, the offenses belong to the Eagles. Second one is good as well. So Annapolis down 9-0 with about 4 minutes left of the first quarter. Over to Brian Lerma. Brian's going to take a three. Way off. And number 4 with the ball. And they're looking to push deep three-pointer. That's going to be banks around. Brian Lerma wrestles the ball out to Brennan. They're going to reset. 3:45 left. Annapolis down 9-0. Annapolis having a little bit of trouble running their offense with this 3-2 zone they're seeing. And lots of pressure up top by number 30. Annapolis trying to get organized. There's some space in the middle of the zone. They've had trying to get some people free. And there's the cut to Josh Cavazos. He's going to ball fake. Comes around, gets blocked, and then taken by 12. 12 comes in. Nice bounce pass. 30 with the finish. 11-0 now. Less than 3 minutes left. Now lots of pressure by 30. And Brennan's going to take a deep three. That's going to rim out. Rebound 15. And here comes the Eagles. Number 4 with the ball. As he's going to split the defense. Caleb deflected the shot, but looks like they say it was on Liam. As he's going to, nope, 0-0, so it's on Caleb. 2:34 left. 11-0. Annapolis has not scored yet, as the Eagles have come out, thrown a new wrinkle at them, and Annapolis looking a little tight, struggling with what exactly to do. So need to shake off the rust and to start playing like they know they can. Over to Brian Lerma. Brian up to Caleb. As Caleb's going to send to Brian. Brian's going to probe a little with this pass. Over to Caleb. He's going to attack the basket. That one's short as well. And rebound now to number 4. And he's tough with the ball as he attacks. Gets fouled and finishes. He is so tough with the ball. As he gets to the rim, he is really difficult to stop. Now 14-0, and he is number 4. Gillespie's going to try to add another point with the and one. That one's long. Rebound by 15 over number 30. Another offensive rebound, and that goes in. So 2 offensive rebounds off of the missed free throw, and 30 finishes off, and Annapolis down 16-0. 2 minutes left in the first quarter, so Annapolis staggering a little bit with the start, as they are having a really difficult time offensively. They've had opportunities. They've gotten to the rim, but balls have been short, so seem a little tight. So Coach Harper calls the timeout, settling his team down. And needing to get something going. We have number 22, Josh Guzman, in the game, and number 30, Cameron Mills. So 2 freshmen enter the game. As Annapolis really just needs to start, just make that first shot and get that momentum. So we've got a stoppage of play as ref's going to go to the table. Just conferring something and going to start the game. 1:58 left in the first quarter. 16-0. Annapolis down 16-0. As Annapolis now looking to set up their offense. There's Josh Guzman in the high post. Kicks out to Caleb. Caleb to Josh Guzman. To Cameron. 12 almost with the steal. Caleb needs a little bit of help. Finds Cameron. As, again, they're anticipating those passes and flying out. It's kind of a 1-2-2. But it is an aggressive zone. Josh Cavazos with a short jump shot. And the first Annapolis basket of the game, 16-2. So that's definitely what we needed. 30 is going to take a long three. That's going to be way off. They need a rebound. Cameron does. And one and done. That's good. Now Annapolis needs to get the offense going now and pick things up. Josh Guzman high post. Going to kick to Cameron. Cameron with the ball. And Brennan's going to reset. So there's a lot of space in that high post. They're getting that ball there, but right now, Josh Guzman's going to drive baseline. He's going to get to the rim. Going to kick it out. Caleb's going to drive. Finds Josh Cavazos in the air and gets just pummeled from behind as number 12 with a really hard foul, and Josh Cavazos will go to the line. So a really nice cut by Josh as the defense collapsed to the ball and then kind of slipped in that baseline. First free throw's off. Josh trying to get that second free throw to drop for him. That one's good. 16-3, 29 seconds left. Eagles have been extremely dominant here in this first quarter. Annapolis is trying to get out of this quarter without any more damage, as number 4 is going to probably wait for the last second shot. He has quite a bit of range, as he's not afraid to shoot it. 12 shuffled his feet. So Annapolis will probably get the last possession of the quarter with 6 seconds left. Going to go all the way out to Cameron. Cameron, 5 seconds. He's going to take a half-court shot, but he traveled. And that will end the quarter, as Annapolis really struggled that quarter, looked really tight, as shots were short. Finally were able to score right at the end of the quarter, but down 13 early in this game, as the Eagles really been able to dictate both offensively and defensively, as they've thrown a new wrinkle at Annapolis with a kind of a 3-2 or 1-2-2 zone. It's pretty aggressive up top, and Annapolis needs to figure out how to attack that zone. They've had some success with the high post, getting it in there as there's some space vacated there, and Josh Cavazos made a nice little jump shot there, so that might be the key, is getting that ball to that high post and then operating from there. Second quarter, 16-3, Annapolis down. Same 5 that ended the quarter start this one. And Annapolis is going to need to limit second and third chance opportunities and defensively try to get some steals or get that ball back. 12's going to drive, kick out, three-pointer. That's short. Need the rebound, and Caleb gets it. So that's good defensive possession here, as Annapolis now looking to do something with their offense. Brennan's going to reset everything, as the Eagles are on that wide 1-2-2 zone. Caleb wants that ball in that high post area, and he's going to turn around, miss it, gets his own rebound, kicks out to Brennan. Josh Cavazos with the baseline, and that's good. So they left him wide open, and Josh drains. So that little mid-range jumper falling for Josh. That's good. 7:12 left. Number 4 with the ball. And they're going to put a lot of pressure on 15. Brendan's going to come out. Double team by Caleb. And he's trying to step through there. And they're going to say whistle blow. And what are they going to say? They're going to maybe call a foul. That's another foul on Caleb. Caleb felt like he had possession of the ball. And he's probably going to have to sit down with fouls. So that's 3 on Caleb. 7 minutes left in the second quarter, 16-5. Annapolis trying to step up defensively. A wild pass. Gets saved. 15 has the ball. Bryant and looping pass over to him. Brian defending that. And 30 is going to reset it. 15 with the ball. As he's going to skip pass over to 30. 30 is going to drive. Kick out to 15. Deep three-pointer, and that's good. That's his second three-pointer, and those are deep three-pointers. Those are well beyond the three-point line. 19-5 now. 6:22 left. Down to Josh Cavazos. Kicks to Cameron. Cameron's going to hand off to Brendan. Brendan's going to pull it out. Cameron going to pull back, reset. Over to Josh Guzman. Josh looking inside and takes it to Brendan. Brendan's going to attack. Swing over to Cameron. Cameron's going to attack. Kick it out to Josh Cavazos. They're going to swing it over to Brendan. Brendan's looking for Josh in that high post. Decides to swing it out. And they're going to reset. Brendan's going to kick to Josh Guzman. Over to Cameron. And they're just keeping the ball on the perimeter and having a hard time. Finally into Josh Cavazos. Over to Brian Lerma. Brian's going to get it out of there. Brendan's double teamed. He's looking for help. And just throws it off at 15. So got the ball to the high post to Brian, and Brian couldn't quite do anything, and then ended up Brendan just saving the possession. 5:28 left in the second quarter. Over to Brian Lerma. Over to Josh Cavazos. Josh to Brendan. Brendan's going to take a corner three. That's good. So definitely what we needed. It is now 19-8. As Annapolis needs to get a defensive stop here. Goes inside. Kicks out to 15. He's been the hot hand on the three-point line. Brendan almost with the steal. 30 is going to come downhill. Jump shot. Wild. Brian had it. Got knocked out. 30 had the rebound, but he took an extra step. Similar to last night, even if you have the possession of the ball and a rebound, people are going to be slapping at it and knocking at it. So rebounds have got to be really strong. But they did get a stop defensively, and now Annapolis needs to score here and to start cutting into this lead. So now Annapolis has been pretty patient. The zone is anticipating that pass, and they're trying to jump those passes. So Annapolis is going to have to be careful. Cameron over to Brian Lerma. Into Josh Guzman, high post. He's going to drive, ball fake. Kick out to Brendan. He's going to take a three. That's going to be short. Brian Lerma scoops the ball, comes in. Nice rebound. And he got fouled. And it's going to be on number 0. So really nice job of Brian of just scooping the ball and just attacking the basket and drew contact. Needs some free throws to drop and gets his first one. So it's now a 10-point lead for the Eagles as Brian's going to hopefully with the second one make it just single-digit lead, and does. So now it's a 9-point game as Annapolis is starting to claw their way back into this game. 4:23 left. Over to 30. They're 4 up top. 15, he's been hot hand three-point, and that one rims out. Brian Lerma with the rebound. He's got lots of pressure, needs help, and he's going to dribble it. And Brendan now, he's double-teamed. And Coach Harper didn't like how that was playing out and ends up with a timeout. Though good rebound by Brian. And again, another empty possession, another stop. They were able to get a long contested three-point, immediate rebound, and now this is where it's going to be important for Annapolis to score to get themselves back into this game. As Annapolis has settled down, they've kind of figured out the zone. They're a little more careful with their passes. They've been able to find people open in that high post and operate from there. It seems like that maybe they can do even more with that, as that inside-out game will force that defense to collapse in and then create some opportunities for shooting or driving, or even a high-low, or they're able to pass the ball to a low post. So, but they have to be so careful with so much quickness on that perimeter that those defenders are looking to jump those perimeter passes. Brennan with the ball. Over to Brian Lerma. And they're going to just swing the ball. Again, looking for some action. Getting that defense to move, creating some gaps, some seams. Brian now with the ball. Over to Brendan. And the zone has sunk in now as 30 is not so far out. He's taking a little bit more space in that high post as they've made that adjustment. As I said, both coaches know each other pretty well, and there's a lot of chess match going on. Brian with the ball. He fumbled it a little bit, was able to recover it. 3:23 left. Brendan's going to attack the zone. Kick over to Brian. Brian back to Brendan. As that ball did get tipped to Cameron. Cameron's going to take a deep three, a high looping three. It's short, and a long rebound, and 30 is on the run, and this is a problem as Brendan steps up and gets the charge. And that's really, as 30 comes in, he's got his head down, shoulder down, and Brendan just held his position, got the contact, and got the player control foul. So 19-10, 3 minutes left. Skipping over to Cameron, high pass, he's able to corral it. Cameron out to Josh. And you can see them. Cameron's going to drive baseline all the way to the rim. Gets blocked from behind by 12. And now here comes 4 with the ball. And here he comes. He's going to pull up for a jumper. That rims out. Ball bounces around to 30. He misses that and gets knocked out of his hand, and White touched it last. So a lot of battles down there. And now it got overruled and said Blue touched it last. So Brian battling with really athletic, strong rebounder, number 30. So White ball is going to go up top. Zero's going to take that. And he thought about shooting it and then thought about driving, and his feet and his head didn't quite all work together. 19-10, 2:34 left in the second quarter. Annapolis slowly crawling their way back into this game after a big deficit. Bounce pass to Josh Guzman. Brian Lerma was open, and Josh just missed him. Cameron up top as they've compacted their zone a little bit. And Brendan's going to reset the offense. And tries to sneak one in. So Brendan tried to sneak one in there, but like I said, 30 sagged back into that kind of top of the key area and got a steal, and Brendan bumped him for the foul. White ball. 2:05 left. Number 4 with the ball. Tries to rip it in there. Ricochets over to 15. A contested three that's way short. Battles for it. Freshman Josh Guzman with it. He needs a lot of help. Finally gets it. Annapolis does have numbers, but Brendan's going to pull it out. He's double, triple team way, way far out there. Over to Brian Lerma. Kind of a wild pass that Cameron corralled, and Brendan's going to settle everything down. That pressure can really ramp up real fast, and Annapolis just needs to be smart and make good decisions with the ball. Cameron's going to skip it over to Brian. Brian back to Cameron. Cameron's going to use his dribble. And Brendan's going to start it up top. Now that zone is way compacted now. And Cameron's going to take that drive. They recover quickly. But they are really compacted now and instead of being so spread out. Over to Josh. To Cameron. Josh Cavazos with the ball, and he's going to take it up top. Less than a minute left now, as Annapolis being really deliberate with their possession. Josh with a long jump shot. The rim's out. And 48 seconds left. Eagles ball. Four's going to set up their offense. Annapolis stays in that 2-3 zone. They're going to stay pretty compact as they don't want Four to be driving. 28 seconds left. Cameron's going to step out now, add a little ball pressure. Four's going to drive, pull up with a jump shot. That's going to go long. Josh Kvass with the ball. There's a lot of contact and another rebound to Eagles. Another rebound. Both miss, and finally Brian Lerma corralled it, but 30 kept reaching for it and got another foul. So that's 2 on him. The Eagles are going to sub. And there is 9 seconds left before halftime. Eagles up by 9. As Brennan's going to bring it up, jog up. There's 5 seconds left. Brennan's going to pull up for a three-pointer and brims out at quarter. So not the half the way the Warriors drew it up, but definitely the way the Eagles did as they came out in that first quarter. Warriors were a little tight, and the Eagles kind of threw a new wrinkle at them. Annapolis has been able to settle down, get some baskets, and we have the Warriors now with a halftime to figure things out. We're going to turn it over. We've got a dance team coming out here, so we're going to turn it over to them. Oh, this is awards for 2A, so we're going to sign off for a while and see you in about 5 minutes. We are back, Warriors, as they awarded the 2A state champions. And we are back. Second half of the 1A state championship as Annapolis down 19-10. That's the bad news. Good news is they have a full half to get themselves back. So they were down early, very early in the first quarter, and they've slowly been crawling back as they've been a little bit nerves, a little tight, but the Eagles defense kind of throwing a wrinkle at them. And other part of the story is 0-0 Caleb Riojas. He already has 3 fouls, and he had to sit for a portion of the second quarter. He's back now as the starting 5's out on the court. They've been able to limit Eagles' chances to jump shots and getting some decent rebounds. So defensively they've been able to limit the dribble penetration, but the Eagles have made some long, deep three-pointers, which has really kind of allowed their offense to get going. So Annapolis with the ball, looking to start loosen up, being a little more aggressive, attacking that basket. And there's that space that I talked about in that high post as Josh Cavazos there. Brendan with the long three-pointer. Brian Lerma with the nice offensive rebound. Kicks over to Caleb. And nice pass by Liam. Josh Cavazos to Liam, and a nice finish, and that's a great way to start the third quarter, as now it's a 7-point lead for the Eagles. Caleb defending 15. 15's going to drive. Liam's contesting that, but 15 all the way to the rim, and the dribble penetration, we cannot let them get to the rim like that. So Annapolis looking to be patient. Caleb's going to step in for a three-pointer. It's a high, bouncing, and Brian Lerma got into it a little bit as the official stepped in right away. So Annapolis ball as Josh Cavazos to Caleb, back to Brendan. They're going to reset. These teams know each other very well. Like I said, there's a lot of emotions as both teams need to keep emotions in check. Annapolis needs to continue to stay aggressive, and Brendan's going to take the dribble over to Brian. That three-pointer short. 6:39 left. 4 is going to be attacking. They stop that dribble penetration. He's going to flip it back to 12, and Caleb with a little tip. 4 over to 12. 30 is going to take a three-pointer. That's off. Josh Cavazos, he's going to send a long pass, and that gets taken. And here comes 30 as he's going to pull up for a jumper. High. Brendan knocks it out. Josh with another rebound. He's going to corral it this time, probably be a little bit safer at that pass. Annapolis has numbers as Caleb's going to attack 2-on-1. He's going to fake form, get him to move, and then finish left-handed. And now Annapolis 14-21, still down, but showing a little bit of life offensively. 15 with that three-pointer. He's been hot, and that one's a miss. 0 with the rebound. Another offensive rebound, and that's 2 in a row offensive rebounds by the Eagles. Annapolis ties them up. And now we've got 2 subs in, Josh Guzman and Cameron Mills. So defensive rebounding is going to be critical. We cannot allow the Eagles second and third chance points. Ball goes back. 15 is going to try to save it. It's a dead ball, so he's okay. And 15 is going to pass to 30, and 30 over to 15. 15 thought about another three-pointer. He's going to skip pass. Caleb all over that. And a steal, almost steal. The ball's on the ground. 30 picks it up. He's going to attack the basket. Josh Cavazos challenges it, blocks it. Guzman with the save. Caleb looking for help. He's going to dribble, penetrate. He's going to spin move, He just crossed him over, got his defender in the air, and finishes. And Caleb now coming alive. 21-16. It's now a 5-point game as Annapolis feeling the emotion. Another steal. Josh Cavazos stepping in front of that. And now Annapolis with 5 minutes in the third quarter looking to take another bite into this lead. And Brendan's going to settle things down as 30 comes out. And now the zone is starting to loosen up as there's Josh Cavazos over to Brendan. Back to Caleb, back to Brendan. Brendan looking. Josh Guzman moving the defender, but wasn't open. And now Caleb and Brendan. And that ball gets jumped, and there's a steal. And that should be over and back. And really ill-advised pass as 33 kept creeping up. And fortunately for Annapolis, he dribbled over the half-court line and then passed it back to a teammate. So Annapolis with the ball back as Brendan and Caleb need to be careful with those passes. Over to Caleb. Caleb's going to dribble, get in the corner. Josh Guzman as they're looking for that high post for Josh Cavazos. And Caleb's going to dribble over to Josh Guzman. There's the pass to Josh Cavazos. He's going to kick it out for Brendan for three. It rims out really close. And now the rebound, the Eagles. And here comes 30. Full head of steam. Kicks over 12. He's going to take a three-pointer. That's going to be way off. Another rebound. And then another one. And Brendan, or looks like Cameron maybe, got a piece of him. No, I was going to say it's Brendan. So that's another series of offensive rebounds that Annapolis gave up. And again, it ends up in a foul. And that'll be a timeout by the Eagles. So Annapolis' offense is starting to get going, but they cannot allow the Eagles second and third chance points. And with Caleb in foul trouble, Brendan needs to be careful too of not getting himself into foul trouble. And it's very similar to the game yesterday where the Eagles throwing up shots and kind of expecting it to not go in, and them crashing in hard and being really aggressive. And even if you have the ball in your hand, they're going to be swiping at it and trying to smack it out and get some easy turnovers or retain those possessions. Number 3, shooting 2 after the foul. 3:49 left. Annapolis down 21-16. They've been slowly crawling their way back into this game. And that first free throw is good. After a big hole in the first quarter, Annapolis been stepping up defensively, but their offense starting to come alive. And that one's off. Josh Guzman with the rebound over to Cavazos. So nice rebound by Josh. And here comes Brendan. Annapolis trying to operate with that kind of high post off Josh Cavazos. Trying to, as the Eagles are now in a 2-3 zone. There's a lot of space, and Cameron thought about a three, got his guy in the air, reset, and there's a three-pointer. So Cameron Mills with a ball fake, one dribble, reset, and then let it fly and drops it in, and now it is a three-point game. A little miscommunication and a turnover. As 30 drove, his teammate didn't realize he was going to pass back and ends up throwing it out of bounds. So Annapolis with a chance now to even the score depending on how this works. So it is a three-point game as Annapolis now starting to make some baskets. Operating again, Josh Cavazos operating that high post, that inside-out game. Cameron's going to drive baseline, a little short jumper. That missed. And bounces to an Eagle player. And here comes 4. He's coming in hard, and he is tough to stop. But they said he took some extra steps. As he tries to move that ball, he picked it up and took a third step as he tried to go from shoulder to shoulder with it. So Annapolis ball, 2:48 left, down 3, 22-19. As Brendan's going to drive Cameron's going to let another three fly. That's going to be short. And the ball goes out of bounds and stays with blue. So Annapolis ball into the basket. Over to Cameron. Cameron's going to drive. Over to Josh. Josh is going to take that three. That's good. And we have a tie game. 22 all, 2:28 left in the third quarter. Annapolis coming alive now as the fans are starting to get into it. The bench is getting into it. Skip past the 12, 15, closed out, jump shot, and they're going to say there was a foul. And that's going to be on Brendan. Looked like a little bit of a touch foul, but ref said there was contact. So the game is tied as Annapolis has crawled out of a big hole. And now we have the tie game, 2:13 left in the third quarter. Eagles, number 15, shooting two. And that one's short. That's now the second foul on Brendan, I believe. So Caleb and Brendan both having to be careful with their foul situation. Second free throw, and boxing out is going to be critically important as 4 and 30 are really strong. And they come pushing in there and rip it in there, and they get tied up. So, again, 30 is just bulldogging his way, just pushing under, and got his hands on the ball, but Annapolis is able to tie him up, and that's a jump ball to Annapolis. Brendan with the ball, 2:11 left, third quarter. Annapolis is coming alive and looking to now possibly even take the lead for the first time in this game. Over to Caleb. And they've been operating with Josh Cavazos in that high post. As Caleb over to Brendan. He's going to take a three-pointer. That's going to be short. Josh Cavazos with the great rebound, and he got fouled on the shot. So Josh, head wound and all, crashing in there with a big offensive rebound. And then he's going to be shooting two. As Josh has been seeing a lot of action, the head wound came from yesterday, and Josh with the free throw. It's the first lead of the game for the Warriors, 23-22, minute 49 left. The second one up, and that's good too. 2-point lead for the Warriors. Annapolis with the momentum, lots of energy now, and 4 is going to look to run that offense. Double team, 15 is going to skip to 30, 30 is going to let it fly, and that's way off. Josh Cavazos with that rebound, and Brendan says settle down. But here comes the pressure, long deep pass to Cameron, over to Guzman, who got lots of contact, ball fake, he puts it up, misses the layup, and here comes 4, and this is their game. He goes around the back, kind of a diving, kind of a throwing up that shot, and a Guzman with a nice rebound, and here comes that pressure, and this gave us problems before. Caleb's going to break it, over to Cameron, who's going to come in for a layup. He missed that. As they contest those shots, it's for a freshman. 30 loses the ball. So getting those layups with athletic people, it's easy to worry about getting their shot blocked instead of just finishing those layups. So both freshmen playing a little bit like freshmen right now, and now just need to settle down as they need to finish those layups. 48 seconds left, Annapolis up 2. Brendan's going to hand it off to Cameron, over to Caleb, Josh Guzman, as Annapolis is going to run a little clock. They've had success with getting the ball into Josh Cavazos in that high post and letting him kind of operate out of there. And there he's got it. He's going to kick out to Caleb. Caleb's going to drive, kick it out, over to Guzman, who's going to take a 3. And that's good! And the foul! A possible 4-point play as number 4 came in with the contact after the shot, and Guzman can make a 4-point play here as Annapolis adds to their lead 27-22 with 22 seconds left. Josh Guzman misses the free throw. 21 seconds left. As Annapolis hoping to limit this shot, and 4 with the ball. Has a little bit of trouble, over to 30. 7 seconds left, 6 seconds, 5. He's going to let a deep one fly. That's short, a rebound, and misses the putback. Annapolis with a huge comeback after being down big in the first quarter, crawled their way back, and now is leading by 5 with 1 quarter left, 27-22, with a huge huge third quarter. Hit some big three-pointers. Cameron, Josh Guzman, and with the offense coming alive now, Smoking for Jesus has now also ramped up their pressure, which they've gone now to a full court press periodically. So Annapolis has got to be very careful with that, because Annapolis struggled with that at times when they played last week. Annapolis breaks the huddle with a cry for finish, and that's what they're looking to do, is finish this game. Annapolis with the momentum, with the energy, and looking to keep things rolling. Start of the fourth quarter, state championship on the line. Eagles ball. Over to 15, lots of pressure by Brendan. 15 picks up his dribble, over to 30. 30 probes, skip pass, finds 0 down low. He's trouble corralling it, and he's going to be tied up as he had a hard time getting a hold of that ball. And that will go to Annapolis, as 25 will come in for the Eagles, and 0 will sit down. Annapolis' first possession of the fourth quarter with a 5-point lead, looking to build on the momentum that they had. And really it's centered around Josh Cavazos being able to run free. Kicks over to Cameron. And Cameron slid his pivot foot as he saw the 30 creeping out to jump that pass and ended up skidding that pivot foot. So need to settle down. 30 over to 4 as he's going to draw a lot of attention. And he's looking to dribble drive, has a little trouble with his dribble, picks it up, comes all the way through, scoops, misses that, gets his own rebound, up again, and gets the foul and the score, and unfortunately it's going to be on Caleb. And Caleb is wondering how he got that foul, just standing there. So number 4, like I said, around the rim, he is really, really good about finishing, very strong. And he's going to try to get that free throw, misses that. Caleb with the rebound. And over to Brendan. Just over 7 minutes left. It's a 3-point game now. 24-27, Annapolis lead. As Annapolis needs to get back on track offensively. Here's Josh Cavazos. He's going to drive through. And they're going to say he got fouled. And that's going to be on number 30. So he's having a little foul trouble as well. Over to Cameron. Cameron's going to skip to Josh Guzman. Over to Josh Cavazos. And there's that jump as 30 is going to get and attack that basket, and they're just going to let him take that. He's got to be so careful with those passes, as he is quick and he's long and cannot give them those easy baskets. It's now a 1-point game. Annapolis up 27-26. As Annapolis going to work a little bit of clock. And Brendan's going to go all the way through the defense, throws up kind of a wild shot. 4 now with the ball in transition. And he's pretty dangerous, and he's going to come all the way through. Scoop shot. 30 comes flying in, and they're going to say it's a foul, and that could be on 30. And it is. And now 30 in some foul trouble. So good position by Annapolis as 30 came flying in and tried to reach over the back. and drew the contact, and now 30 in some foul trouble, but coach decides to keep him in. 6:13 left in the fourth quarter, 1 point game. Annapolis needing to start get their offense ramped up again. So that zone's extending out. And now it looks like Smoking for Jesus has switched their defense. Now they're in man-to-man, which is what they're a little more comfortable with. And now they're going to come out and try to double-team the ball. Caleb left alone. He's going to kick it out to Cameron in the corner, the three-pointer, and rebound 4. 5:41 left. Eagles ball. 4 is going to dribble drive, pull-up jumper. Caleb defending the ball, and Cameron's going to slide back. That's 4 with the ball now. 4 ball fakes. 15 with the ball. Caleb, lots of pressure. You got to be careful not to foul. Back out to 4. 5:18 left. As the Eagles is going to go in. It gets tipped. Josh Guzman's going to corral. He's got a lot of pressure. Cameron, over to Cameron. Saves it, but to the wrong team. As they're trying to force that pass. Here comes 30 as he's just going to fly right around Brendan. And that turnover transition basketball is really what the Eagles excel in. Annapolis cannot afford to make those mistakes. Eagles, Caleb comes in, lots of contact, over to Cameron, back to Caleb. Caleb deciding what to do with the ball. Eagles are now up 28-27, 4:34 left. As Cameron's going to switch sides. And now Brendan's going to direct some traffic as the Eagles are now in a 2-3 zone. Caleb's going to drive, pull out, keep his dribble, find Josh Guzman for a short jump shot. That drops. So that middle of that lane opened up. Josh Guzman with a nice little short jumper. And Annapolis has the lead again, 29-28, just over 4 minutes left. 30 with the ball. It's going to Cameron defending that. And 4 is going to set everything up as they're going to hand off to 15. 15 looking for a pass. Skip past the 4, double team. 4 is going to turn it over to 30. He's going to come barreling in, and there's a layup. That lane opened up, and he just took advantage of it. So Annapolis definitely cannot be giving up those easy baskets as the Eagles take the lead back 30-29. 3:28 left. Brendan with the ball over to Cameron. Finds Josh Cavazos to Josh Guzman again. Ball fake, a lot of contact, but no call. 3:15 left. Here comes 4. He's going to come flying in. A little jump shot. That's going to be long. 30 with the rebound. He's going to power his way through there. Ball gets tipped out of the air. And I think Caleb touched it last. And it's going to stay here. White ball. And there's going to be a timeout. Annapolis down by a point, 30-29. 3:09 left in the fourth quarter. As I told you, this game is, every time these two teams play, it is back and forth with already several lead changes. It'll be white ball under the basket as Annapolis has had really good opportunities in the fourth quarter. Offense is still not quite clicking. We've been able to get some good baskets, but normally we've been able to get some flow on the long three-pointers and long jump shots. Those haven't quite been there yet as the zone defense is putting a lot of pressure on those perimeter players. Annapolis on the defending. 3:09 left in the state championship game. Eagles ball under the basket. Annapolis stays in their zone. 4 in the corner. Cameron's going to defend. He's going to take a jump shot, a fading jump shot off. 30 tries to knock it out of Josh Guzman's hand, but Josh strong with the ball. And nice rebound. And Annapolis setting up the offense. Over to Caleb. Again, trying to move that ball, trying to get the defense to commit. They've had a lot of success trying to get that ball in that high post. Got Josh Guzman there. Josh Cavazos with the shot, and that's short. Back to the Eagles. It's 2:30 left in the fourth quarter. And both teams trying to feel each other out now as this game has turned into a one-point game. Over to 30. 30 is going to skip pass back to 4. And 4 is just going to be content to run a lot of clock, and Brendan's going to force him to pass it as the Eagles play a little keep away now as Cameron's all over him. And they're going to call Cameron for a foul. As he can't. Got to give him a little bit of space as Cameron's kind of draped over him. Minute 59 left in the fourth quarter. 1-point game. Eagles up. Skip pass over to 15. Back to 4. And 4 and 30 come way out. And he's going to try to drive to the lane. Gets down the lane. Scoop pass. It's a little bit long. Comes flying in. And a little too wild as he's going to get called for the foul. So he's really tough around the basket. He kind of came in and kind of tried to do a little bit too much with the ball, and then got his own tried to get his own rebound, but kind of flew in there. I think they just been out of bounds. So blue ball. And Coach Harper is going to call timeout with 1:39 left. Annapolis down by a point. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. There's been several lead changes in the fourth quarter as Annapolis has gotten themselves back into the game, but not able to get any separation as they have had a little bit of trouble staying in the flow offensively. Anything around the basket has been highly contested, so even what would be a simple layup has been challenged. So it's going to take strong rebounding, strong finishing around the basket for Annapolis. So first buzzer sounds. Eagles break the huddle as Coach Harper's working with the clipboard and trying to get a play. It'll be blue ball as they take it half court. Cameron taking the ball out to Brendan. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter. Annapolis down. Every possession, every point will be so precious. So Annapolis, Josh Cavazos over to Josh Guzman, to Caleb, over to Josh Cavazos, and Brendan to Cameron. Cameron, Josh Guzman into Josh Cavazos, kind of forced it in there, and ball got tipped. Steal now with the Eagles possession, and Cameron's going to over to 30. 30's going to come barreling in, and with the layup. Josh Cavazos tried to take the charge, but just ended up kind of falling down before contact. Eagles up 32-29 now, as Brendan's going to take the drive and try to force another ball in there, and that ball got tipped out. And Coach Harper is going to call timeout again as got two passes they tried to force in there, and both were ill-advised passes. 48.6 seconds left. Annapolis down 3, 32-29. It's their ball under the basket. Needing to score this possession really to keep the pressure on the Eagles. Otherwise, the Eagles will probably try to run clock. So Coach Harper trying to work out a play. It has been a back-and-forth game as the Eagles had control of the game early. Annapolis came charging back in the third quarter, and now Eagles back into control of this game with a 3-point game. So 48.6 seconds left. Annapolis down 32-29. It's their ball into the basket. Brendan will be taking the ball out. Looking to get Coach Harper trying to get a score out of this inbounds play. Finds Caleb with good position. He's going to miss the layup. Over to 4. And 4 is going to take it to the basket all the way through. Lots contested. Offensive rebound. 30 with the ball, and he scores. It's now 34-29. 30 seconds left. Over to Cameron. Cameron with the ball. He's going to get double teamed. Over to Brendan. 23 seconds left. Brendan's going to take it. He's going to pull up. Going to throw something up and gets called for gets the foul. And that foul is going to be on number 4. So Brendan did get a shot off. It stopped the clock. He's going to be shooting 2. Annapolis down 5, so desperately needing these points. First free throw is good. 4-point game now, 30-34, 17 seconds left. Brendan's second free throw. And that is off the rim. Josh Cavazos fighting for it, but missing it. And Josh is going to intentionally foul him. And Annapolis not in the bonus, so it's going to be Eagle ball. As Annapolis trying to get it to 30, and Cameron's going to intentionally foul, and now they're still not in the bonus yet. They have 5 team fouls, so they've got 2 more fouls to give. As Annapolis is going to try to match up man-to-man. Foul by Cameron. And the scoreboard's wrong, so that must be, it's 1-1 now. 4 is pretty clutch on the free throw line as he has done a good job all game on getting himself to the line. So 14 seconds left, 4-point game, 1-1. Eagles shooting the bonus. First one is off, need that rebound, got tipped, but 30 is going to say over the back, and that's going to be another foul on 30. And he is out. That is 5 fouls for 30. 13 seconds left. Annapolis down 4. As Caleb's going to roll the ball to try to save a little bit of time. Annapolis needing a big shot here. Brendan's going to give it up to Caleb. Caleb's going to drive in. Kicks it over to Josh Cavazos for 3. That gets blocked. A huge block by number 15. And a foul with 3 seconds left. 15 has had a monster game with some early 3-pointers and now a huge block. As 4 will go to the line again, shooting 1-1. And Caleb Riojas has fouled out. This game is far from over. Last game, it looked like Annapolis was down and out. And with some heroics from Brendan, got themselves a shot. So 3 seconds is an eternity in a game like this. But number 4 shooting free throws. That's up, and that's no good. But need a rebound, and no one's there to rebound. That time's going to come out as they didn't box out, and 4 got his own rebound, and that game is over. So Annapolis Christian Academy fought hard through this entire game, but unfortunately was not able to overcome, as Smoking for Jesus has been the best team all year, and once again proved themselves to be clutch with a 4-point win. So congratulations to them. They have had a really great season. Annapolis also a wonderful season. Got themselves to the state championship game, but unfortunately just could not overcome some of the mistakes, some of the issues, and got behind early, fought their way back, but at the end just could not make enough plays down the stretch. So congratulations to the Eagles, and also congratulations to the Warriors for a great season. We'll stay here for the awards presentation, and once again, great season for the Warriors. Just came a little bit short, so thanks for joining us, and we'll turn it over to the PA announcer for the awards presentation.
Now,